Thank you so much for joining another episode of the Chris Cuomo Project. This is an extra, and I'm sure you've heard about it, but you may not have seen it except as clips. We spoke to the artist formerly known as Kanye West, and he went off about what he believes, and I think his beliefs, certainly about Jewish people, are anti-Semitic, they're ugly, and they're obvious. I also believe something else is going on with the artist known as Ye. And I talked to him about it because I don't believe that we should shy away from somebody who is struggling. Doesn't mean he's not to be held account for what he says. But two things can be true at the same time. Someone could be bad and they could be struggling, or they could have bad ideas. I don't think that Ye is bad. I don't believe in this kind of judgment on that level. But what he's saying is bad and wrong. He can also be struggling. So decide for yourself. Here he is, the artist formerly known as Kanye West. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, but I want you guys to hear me and see me. Can you hear me and see me?
I can. I see you. You're in the back of a car. You got a hoodie and a hat on.
Okay, cool. I see the double. All right. You guys are supposed to be made aware to use my legal name, Ye. I've changed my name like how Cassius Clay changed his name to Muhammad Ali. I'm sure you guys didn't mean it as any disrespect, but it needs on the Chiron, change my name to Ye. You can say formerly known as Kanye West if you like to, but my name is Ye.
Why'd you change it?
Sir, I need to have the name changed.
We'll change it.
Yeah, but
we'll change it. I'm asking you, why'd you change it? Just so people can understand.
Well, actually, I don't owe people an explanation to start off with. I have the right to change my name. I have the right in America to vote on whoever I want to vote on. We have certain rights where, as celebrities and even as the black voting bloc, as they call it, the black vote, are forced to, always talk about their finances, always talk about their names. But it was really, the name West is a slave name. And I wanted to free myself of all of the older mentality. That is the reason I'm telling you that.
Understood and appreciated.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so let's go. What's the questions we got?
So first one is, where you are, there is curiosity. You said that you're going to meet with the former president this week. Is that why you're traveling right now?
No, I'm actually going to meet with the CEO of Parler right now.
So that's real, that deal. You think it's going to happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
And why do you want Parler?
Well, the CEO is just really incredible. Like what he's been able to do. Like even before we discussed me taking ownership of it, he was able to get it unbanned off of Google and off of Apple. So people had there were some people who worked in social media that hit by people immediately saying that the app was banned, but it wasn't the case. He actually had worked on removing the ban on it. And why would I remain in a place where I'm just tolerated? Why not go to a place where I'm celebrated? It's actually something Kid Rock just gave me a text about that. Go to places where you're celebrated, not where you're just tolerated. I bring a lot of attention to these platforms, to Instagram and to Twitter, and they silo you. They shadow ban you. Everyone knows I was shadow banned on Instagram. People would go and say, hey, he's running the algorithm, whatever term they use. And then I'd see on my Instagram that I had only reached 30 million people. And that's because Instagram is, was purchased by Mark Zuckerberg, who, from what I can see, has a left agenda. So people are using their technology to silo any messaging that they don't agree with.
So couldn't it also be that you have said things that offend the community guidelines, like anti-Semitic comments and things that are seen as insensitive and potentially threatening to communities that we try to protect?
Well, I don't like the term anti-Semitic. It's been a term that's allowed people, specifically in my industry, to get away with murder sometimes, literally, and get away with robbing and doing bad people. People always say, I got screwed on a deal. Would that become as a surprise to you if I said, hey, a music exec screwed someone on a deal? Does that sound kind of like normal, commonplace to you? So for me,
it doesn't have anything to do with being anti-Semitic unless you believe that all record producers are Jewish, or, it's when you talk about Jewish people specifically as targeting them that creates a problem.
It's anti-Semitic, but I don't believe in that term. One thing is, Black people are also Jew. I classify as Jew also. So I actually can't be an anti-Semite. So the term is actually, it's not factual. But
I understand you think that, but I don't think that's a common understanding that Black people can say whatever they want about Jewish people.
Well, I'm willing to talk with inside the common understanding until we get the truth. The common understanding more oftentimes than that, nowadays, is not the truth. All right, so think about this. But let's just take a woman could have one bad man in her life that can make her dislike men. Mm-hmm. Let her have two, let her have three, let her have four. There's got to be over 10 times that I've been screwed or bad business has been done with me just in the past 2 years, alone. And what I'm doing, I'm calling out the Jewish community as a whole to say, people say to me, oh, we grew up on Ye. And talk to your brothers. Ask them, why is Ye upset? Everybody, all they want to do is silence and shoot the messenger.
You have to understand how.
Wait a second, you have to understand I'm not finished, sir.
All right, but you already made a point that I need to deal with, but go ahead. Let me know when you're done.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I don't mean to be rude on your show. Thank you for the platform. Everyone wants to shoot the messenger. And you look at how your point was going to start. You have to understand. But the thing is, the Jewish people that I'm talking about don't have to understand. And that is that privilege that I'm not going to allow. When I wore the White Lives Matter t-shirt, the Jewish underground media mafia already started attacking me. They canceled my 4 SoFi Stadium shows, right? They had the press, the same people, the 78 outlets that when I was arguing with Pete Davidson and Trevor Noah, they called me an abuser for arguing with people about my ex-wife and my family and when I get to see my kids and when I don't. And they just immediately disrespect me. They keep the crazy narrative going. They never call me a billionaire. We never talked about, even on this one right here, hey, tycoon, billionaire, visionary, inventor. These are never used. If you go to New York Times or Wall Street Journal, whatever, they always say the rapper. It was hard enough for us to get fashion designer. I'm going to give a pause so you can address what you want to address.
Appreciate it. So, look, there is no Jewish media cabal, mafia. That is a figment of either your imagination or a projection of a prejudice, okay? You may have had bad business dealings with people. It's about those people. It's not about their religion or faith. And I know that you are intelligent and understand that when you target people because of their faith, other people may do so the same. They've been targeted before. They've been abused and killed because of what they believe and who they are. So we don't want to tolerate that. And you're playing into that right now, whether you know that or not.
I don't tolerate it as a Black person. What you just said was a statement. You're trying to say that there isn't a collective. Over 50% of the executives in Hollywood, the CEOs, are Jewish. And these guys know each other.
That's different than saying it's a mafia and that they act as Jews in some way, as opposed to just being businessmen. One plays to a prejudice. The other one just plays to people and an ugly business, which is what the record business is. So you can have your feelings about it, just don't ascribe it to their faith.
Earlier, no, wait a second. You can't tell me what to do or feel, first of all.
I know, but I can
You could
tell you
say,
what is wrong about what you say.
no, you said that it's not a mob. Mob culture, here's the idea of a mob. People target, there's no term. Have you ever heard the term the white vote? Because there isn't a white vote, because white people can vote the way they want. Black people, we fought. My grandparents, my mother fought in civil rights. My grandfather drove the first march out of Oklahoma. My mother used to work for Jesse Jackson at Operation Push. My dad was a Black Panther. My family are freedom fighters, and we fought for the right to vote. You realize when I wore a red hat that my life was threatened
I know.
by my Jewish managers, by my Jewish lawyer, by my Jewish accountant,
Your
by my
lawyer and
Jewish
your
friends
accountant
inside the
threatened your
music
life?
industry. Like no, he said not specifically the accountant, but there were many people who threatened my life. Also, my family was torn apart off of my political opinion because of my ex-wife's attachment to the Clinton administration. I mean, they were getting my ex-wife to push the vaccination. I didn't realize how attached they were to the left agenda when I was there.
Vaccinations are not a left agenda. Yay.
Okay, I understand. Okay, not specifically the vaccinations, but period, that they're on Zoom calls during COVID with literally Biden and Kamala and Chris Paul and all kind of people, celebrities, John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, all these same group of people that come and attack me for what they call wrong think groups, all
And
these
look, you don't
people.
have to like it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to say what people want you to say, but you have to understand and accept what people will and won't
That's the thing.
tolerate.
I don't have to understand or accept because they're not willing to understand or accept. And that's the reason why I'm not backing down. People have had their careers destroyed. That's why they keep on saying, oh, well, yeah, Ye's dangerous because he will keep talking. He will
Well, it's
keep
what
talking.
you say. It's when you say
Okay.
Jewish people own the black vote. When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON
Jewish
3 on
people
Jewish
own
people.
the black voice.
These are not things that you can say coming from a place of intelligence or love or anything productive.
I'm coming from a place of love and a place of we're not going to be owned by the Jewish media anymore. If you think about every celebrity,
Kanye.
if you look at their contract, and I'm going to finish what I'm saying.
I know, but you have to understand this idea of the Jewish media. That's not how it works. You're talking to me right now.
So every
Seriously.
celebrity,
Go ahead.
every celebrity has Jewish people in their contract. This is not hate speech. This is the truth. And these people, if you say anything out of the line with the agenda, then your career could be over.
Listen,
So
I hear you. You've made that point.
Cutting off my point.
Because the point is because
why
it's
do you keep why?
Yeah,
sir,
here's why.
Don't cut me off, sir. Respect my
I've
point.
listened to it. You've made it several times.
No, I'm not finished, sir.
I understand, but you said it several times.
I'm not
and
finished,
it is
sir.
an
But my
ugly
people haven't
thought.
heard me. My people, they need to hear me saying out loud what the truth is. There's a bunch of people in Hollywood that are actors, that play basketball, that play sports, that are in music, that know what I'm saying, that feel what I'm saying, and they're happy that I'm saying what I'm saying. It's not from a place of anti-Semitism.
That is
Some of my best friends are Jewish,
anti-Semitic.
and I'm also Jewish.
And if they're your friends,
some of my best.
If they're
Why
your friends,
are you talking over me, bro?
Because I'm trying to correct what you're saying that is damaging to decency.
No, but you can't talk over me. You can't talk over me.
Then stop and give me a chance to make the point that you need to listen to.
Don't cut off. I need to make a clear point. And when am I allowed to make a point that you don't cut me off?
You've been talking overwhelmingly during this segment, and I'm happy to give you the time. But
no, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, I can't just give you. I can't give you unrestricted license to attack Jewish people and say that they're your friends because that's anti-Semitic. And it's dangerous.
Are you going to give me a platform? I
am giving you a platform, but listen.
So you talk and tell me when I can get my.
All right, good. Right after I ask you this, I'll give you the rest of the time before you go. Here's my concern for you. When I hear how you talk about your personal life and you put things out there and you get into these looping thoughts of what you believe, it sounds to me like you are sometimes out of control and that this is something that you should be dealing with. Now, I'm not excusing your thoughts as illness, okay? People attacked me for that and said, hey, just because you're concerned about whether Kanye West is taking care of himself emotionally and
My
mentally.
name's Jay, sir. My name's Jay.
Ye, I'm sorry. Ye is taking care of himself mentally and emotionally. You shouldn't say that. He has to be held to account for what he says. Both things can be true. Have you been taking care of your health? And in terms of making sure that you are behaving and thinking at your best?
I love what the way you worded it. What you don't realize is when it runs back, people are going to say, wow, have you making sure you're behaving? If you run that back,
that's not what I'm
you're
saying.
going to be like, whoa.
That's not what I'm saying. You're trying to cheapen the point. I'm trying to make sure that you're healthy and you're taking care of your health.
Did you work out this morning?
No.
Okay. The thing is, okay, so when do I have a...
But I took my medicine.
But
I took my antidepressant medication that I take every day.
Bro, you're cutting me off. When do I get a platform?
It's all you. Go.
Okay. I don't have to say how much money's in my account. I don't have to say who I voted on. I don't have to say why I changed my name. The life for a Black person in America is like a constant test. Even after we're out of high school, after we're out of college, we're always being questioned. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Do you think that I just had the right, and this is a rhetorical question because I don't want you to answer it. Do you think I had the right to just vote for Trump? I didn't even vote for Trump because of the people that were around me.
Yes, you have the right.
Okay, so for all of my fellow entertainers that know what I'm saying, I'm not speaking what is called hate speech. I'm saying something that happened out loud to me. And what I'm saying is, when I said DEFCON 3, what I was saying is, I'm going to talk about all these things that I saw that just so happened to be by Jewish executives or Jewish friends of mine, where I saw people pulling my coattail, telling me behave, instantly running the narrative that I'm off, that you need to take your meds. Even this was not supposed to be this conversation. I don't get a clean platform to tell my truth without being called out my name, being called subtly, called crazy. Saying I'm out of control. Part of this thing is you got people on my ex-wife's side and this person, Tracy Romulus, every day running a narrative. This person's not even around me because I'm not saying what the media wants me to say. We're fighting.
You're definitely saying what the media wants you to say because it drives headlines and clickbait because of how outrageous it is. What I'm saying is, I just hope that you're taking care of yourself for your kids and the people you care about, because what you're saying is not right
that's
and not
unfair
decent.
For you to make the conversation to say, okay, did I say something? It's unfair to make it be about, oh, are you taking care of yourself? The reason why I repeated it a bunch of times, saying for all of my friends that are in the entertainment industry, that are Black actors, Black athletes, and Black musicians. One of the things that's interesting about the moment at the Fife funeral is there's so many Black musicians signed to Jewish record labels, and those Jewish record labels take ownership not only of the publishing, like how MC Search is selling Nas publishing right now, but also ownership of the culture itself. It's like, oh, that's mine. This guy signed to me. It's like a modern day slavery. And I'm calling it out. That's what DEFCON 3 meant. I'm going to call it out. It didn't mean I wish any harm on my fellow
you say
Jewish
you're going DEFCON 3 on them. Look, I'm out of time on this. I wanted to give you a platform to explain it.
Wait a second. I just said what I meant. Did you want me to say what I meant?
I hear you. You said what you meant. I'm just telling you how I take it and how I think other people are taking it, and how I think how your friends who are Jewish are going to take it.
What do you mean take it? I just came and said and explained this is what I meant by it. I meant I'm calling out all these contracts.
I know, but just because you're calling it out doesn't mean it's true. It's just what your opinion is. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about true things. If anyone else was in a position other than me to be able to call it out and would sacrifice themselves and take the risk, other people would say it. I'm not the first person that said it.
Or they just don't believe it.
Why are you dismissing? Why
I'm
are you
not dismissing the point. I'm dismissing the suggestion that Jewish record producers are inherently bad and do bad things when, as you said, in your own family lineage would suggest, Jews have been fighting shoulder to shoulder with Black Americans as part of the freedom battle since its inception. They've given their lives. They've given their money. They've given their political capital to help that cause. And you know that, and I'm sure you heard it from your parents. So the idea that somehow they're out to get Black people is just demonstrably false. But I got to go with that point, Ye, and I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
You made the final point. What I said that, and you just want to make sure that I'm okay. It's about my health. It's not about my
I do believe that your health should be a concern for you and that you take care of it.
Thank you. It's about my health. It's not about my truth.
It's not all about your health. I think that you believe these things, and that's a problem.
You know what? Do you think I felt free in this interview?
Felt free? You got a tremendous amount of time on the #1 show at NewsNation. You should feel free.
Thank you for telling me how I should feel. Good night.
You just asked me. Yay.
Thank you for telling me.
Good luck to you. Well, that was a lot. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe, follow, share with your friends. You have thoughts about what you heard? Please send your comments along. Take a look up there. There's an email. There's a phone number you can call. I take your calls. I respond to your calls. And think about the free agent gear, because we're putting the money together, and then collectively we're going to crowdsource good opportunities to give it away. I'll see you next time.